Life is full of surprises, good and bad. But sometimes life gives you the most amazing experience you can barely believe it's real. Well, in this video I've collected some of the most amazing coincidences you really have to see to believe. From a real life Nokia Brick to the most unlucky man on the planet. I'm Charlie and today we're going to look at once in a lifetime coincidences you have to see to believe. But if you want to get lucky, then why not subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have future wife. I'm sure whenever you go on a family vacation, you've taken some photos. And that's exactly what one family did on a trip to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. As you can see in the image, there's a family and one tourist looking to the left. But what if I was to tell you that 7 years later, two of these people married? This girl actually ended up marrying this guy who was just randomly in their family photo. They didn't meet until 7 years after this image was taken. And it was only when they were going through old photo albums they actually realized this mind-blowing coincidence. Either that, or this guy's been stalking this girl for 7 years. But situations like this really make you think who's in images you've taken that you'll later meet. Next up is Nokia Brick. Army tanks, a blacksmith's anvil, Arnold Schwarzenegger's muscles. All things that are rock hard. But I'm pretty sure we all know the most durable and tough thing on this planet is the Nokia Brick. The Nokia Brick, which is officially called the Nokia 3310, is one of the most famous phones in the world. It was released all the way back in the year 2000. Known for its toughness, it's been nicknamed the Nokia Brick. But in one stunning coincidence, one guy stumbled across a real-life Nokia Brick in a brick. Somehow the phone had got stuck in some rocks and had turned into a fossil. And I'm willing to put money on the fact that the phone still works. Next up, we have lightning strike. This image is not photoshopped, although you wouldn't think that by looking at it. This was actually taken by a guy who works at an airport. The guy was taking a photo of a storm in the sky, but he amazingly captured a photo just as lightning struck. But why is the lightning only lighting up half of the image? Well, it's because of how iPhone cameras take photos. They basically collect image data going from left to right. They build in the lights and colors based on the data the camera receives. But because the camera pans from left to right, the lightning hadn't lit up the entire area yet. Coming up next is Fisherman Lark. If you look at an old fisherman out in the sea somewhere, you probably think they're pretty boring. But talk to them and chances are they've got some amazing stories. For example, one day a fisherman dropped his wallet into the sea. Of course he had to get everything replaced. But he wouldn't have had to if he didn't mind waiting 20 years without the wallet. That's because 20 years later he fished up that same wallet he dropped into the lake 20 years ago. Inside was everything that was in his wallet when he dropped it. This included a travel card, a credit card, and paper and coin money. I have to give props to the fish for not stealing that cash. Next up is Debit Card. One day an Australian man went to Greece for a vacation, but when he went into his hotel room he saw something strange. He found a debit card in his hotel room snapped in half, and upon closer inspection he realized it was almost exactly the same as his. The name Mr. Matthew is the same. It's also the same Australian banking company, and the valid date and first 6 numbers are also the same as his own card. This makes absolutely no sense, and I'm pretty sure it's a glitch in the Matrix. One person online did the math and they said the chances of this happening is around 1 in a billion. Next up we have Moon. Go to some rural areas in the USA and you'll find some funny town names. And one of those places is a town named Moon in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Well, one day a guy was driving down the road and the stars aligned, literally. As you can see, the road sign for the town Moon is pointing right to the moon. Coming up next is in Bruges. Bruges is a beautiful city located in Belgium. And one day a guy was driving behind a truck which had an advert to visit Bruges on it. But that was when he realized he had the exact same photo as his phone's wallpaper. This is clearly a sign of good luck, so I advise that guy to follow that truck. And finally we have Lotto, bad luck. Okay, we've seen some pretty lucky coincidences on this list, but now it's time for some bad luck. One day a guy was playing the North Carolina lottery. The draw was very big in the millions of dollars. But when they announced the winning 5 numbers, he was absolutely enraged. The winning 5 numbers were 3, 6, 16, 24, and 28. And his numbers were 2, 7, 15, 23, and 27. That's right, every single number was exactly 1 less than the winning number. Now, the chance of this happening is 1 in 45,005,474. But unfortunately, he didn't win any money. But one alternate dimension over, and this guy is a millionaire. But now it's time to make your opinion heard. Vote in the poll in the top right-hand corner. What was the most lucky coincidence on this list? If you want some more amazing videos, check out my second channel on screen now. But as always, thanks for watching. There's some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe to Top 10s.